friends, and welcome back. Today we are creating this retro inspired Valentine card using the Love Note collection from Authentique paper, so stick with me and we'll make this together. Here's my card base. This is 5 by 6.5 and the inside is already finished with some coordinating paper and a place left for a sentiment to be added. I'm going to be pairing that Love Notes collection with some of the tickled pink spectrum cardstock. It coordinates so perfectly. There's my first pattern paper layer, and I will add this right to the card base. I have an easier time getting that on straight if I work at it from the side. That way I have 3 points of reference to see that I have it spaced out correctly. So here is the card base. Now what I want to do is add a coordinating pattern paper as a strip under where my focal image is going to go. This pattern paper on the card itself was from the 8x8 paper pad, and then I've switched to the 6x6 to get this pattern, but in a much more condensed concentration, and I use that same tickled pink matting throughout, so it will have a nice consistent look. Here is my raised section base, and this is just a scalloped edge rectangle with a stitching effect, and I've put that up on foam so that it will be a definite dimensional layer. I always like to add a little bit of wet adhesive to foam just to be certain it will last, and I'm gonna just add that right to the center. I think that very nice crisp white die cut looks really great on those brighter colors in the background. Here is the pattern paper layer to top off that die cut. I'm back to the 8x8 paper pad for this so that I've got enough of that adorable pattern showing once I top it with the additional layers. And I've cut that just to go inside that stitched border so that we don't lose that added detail. Here is a stitched oval, and I cut that again with just a cardstock in white. This comes from Cherry Lynn Designs, and this particular one fits very nicely, I think, inside this rectangle, so I'm still able to see quite a bit of that pattern. But this gives me a neutral base now to add the adorable kitten. So this was part of one of the 3x4 journal card cut-aparts. I went ahead and fussy cut out the background because I wanted it to have additional layering. So I've got the cat, and I'm just placing it center left to right, but slightly higher than middle because I want to leave room for my flowers. So these are from Really Reasonable Ribbon, and I have painted out the stamens in white. So they originally were yellow, but I didn't think that went with the whole color scheme of the card. So now they coordinate much better. I created a couple of those white poinsettias from the Becca Feekin die from Spellbinders, and I finished those with stamens from Really Reasonable Ribbon. There are some smaller pink blooms. These are the cherry blossom from Cherry Lynn Designs as well, and some rose leaves so that it will have a nice layout. And then in the center is a larger pink glitter heart, and that will help to fill in this area quite nicely. So I want my arrangement to go on the left hand side, and that is going to help fill in the portion of the oval that was not covered by the focal image. I've got an additional element that I want to add on the left hand side here, and what I've got are some of the stamps from the sticker sheet from the collection. You see here there's a nice variety with different images, and I pulled those off the sticker sheet and adhered them to thick cardstock and then cut them back out. So they will be very sturdy and hold their shape. I kind of arranged them so that I could get the hearts from the bottom one and the image from the top one. I stuck them together with some double-sided adhesive tape, and then I kind of laid out where I thought I wanted it to go. So when I determined that this was going to need some additional support, I pulled out these thin 3D foam squares, which are perfect if you need some dimension, but not as much as the regular double-sided foam tape. So these are really great to keep on hand, and I put that under the cat as well. So I've got dimension here and then underneath the oval as well, and then just a little bit under the cat. So that really helps to define those layers. And then these stamps as well just needed a little support on the side where it's going to touch the frame and the pattern paper. So what I've got here is a clip, a little wooden clothespin, and I don't know, can you see that? A little bit of hot glue will hold that to the clothespin. So once the arrangement is added, it will stay in place. And then I've got an additional glitter heart in that same pretty pink, and I'm gonna use hot glue to add that, just because that glitter surface isn't gonna be very friendly to even wet adhesive. It really needs something much stronger. So now what I've got is the layers of stamps are supported, and then there's room for the bottom of the clip to set on the base of the card, and then I'll use hot glue again on the wooden part. I decided on one more element from that sticker sheet because I thought a sentiment would be nice, and this thinner, longer banner shape I think will fit nicely on the top, and the red will help it to pop off of that background. So maybe I will add this here, and that will be a sweet sentiment on the card. Okay, a few more details are some heart charms. You want to get these from the Funky Junky Boutique. They have a great selection, and I've got those tied with string. I'll lay them in place so that I know that they are spaced out where I want them to fall once the ribbon is on, and hold those there while I add the adhesive and promptly stick my finger right in that hot glue. Ouch. Okay, here is a small bow. This is from Really Reasonable, again, that pink plaid, and it matches perfectly, and I'm just going to cover the top of that string. And that's all for my Valentine greeting card with the Love Note collection from Authentique paper. I'll drop a link in the description if you want to check out this collection, and also links for our social media sites. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give me a like and leave me a comment. And if you're not already, I would love for you to subscribe. As always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye!